Hey everybody, it's been a few days, but we're back at it. Today is part 2 of my last video where I was discussing taking the water pump and thermostat, replacing those on this 2015 Prius V. Although that video was somewhat specific to hybrid vehicles in general and water pump replacement with an electric water pump, this video is going to be for any car, literally even electric cars, that use a sealed cooling system, because we're talking about the airlift, which is a way to put coolant back into your car that guarantees you're not going to have any air bubbles, you're not going to have any issues with blockages being trapped, you're not going to have to worry about burping air out and bleeding the system and test driving back and forth. With this tool or a tool like it, you're going to be able to do all of that in one step. So let's talk about it. There are many different brands that make a tool like this, but really I think the Airlift is one of the best, and that's why it seems to be the name brand you hear when you talk about this type of device, which just pulls a vacuum in your cooling system and then allows you to then suck the coolant back in to fill any voids that you might have. The only thing I would consider is if you plan on doing pressure testing of your cooling system, there's those kits that have radiator cap adapters, and sometimes those kits will also include a tool similar to this. So if you plan on spending the money on one of those kits, then you might already be getting this anyways. If you go with a name brand one, it'll probably work out okay. But regardless, this is the Airlift box. You can see that it has the instructions written here, which you can pause if you would like to read those. The funny thing is the manual is just the same instructions, but then in different languages as well. What you're going to need though is you're going to need an air compressor. This is just a tiny little 2-gallon, but it does go up to 125 psi, which I also have on the end of it here. This does not come in the kit, but just a simple hand-operated pressure valve, which will come in handy because this tank is much too small to run this tool continuously, even on just a simple car cooling system, let alone like a truck or something like that that has a lot more coolant. But I'll show you how we're going to make it work using that when we get to it. Now let's go over the actual parts that you get here. Over on this side you have a couple different adapters. I don't remember what this one's for, but these are all for, depending on the size of your overflow tank or radiator cap opening, you'll find the one that fits best. You've got the body of the tool right here, which has a vacuum gauge on the top, a valve, a quick connect, and then right here what you can do is you can take whichever adapter fits best and then tighten it down so it won't come off. Then onto the quick connect you have this guy right here, which is really where the magic happens. Allowing you to use shop air to create a vacuum effect, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Quick connects onto there. And then you've also got the refill tube, which you'll have coolant going back through here and then in down through the body of the tool back into the reservoir, into the cooling system. So for you aspiring engineers out there, a few words on this little guy here. You might be wondering, how are you able to take pressure, shop air, flowing through here and create a vacuum? You'd think intuitively that the pressure would go down into the system. But what we have here that makes this phenomenon possible is a Venturi valve, which, put very simply, I'll put a diagram up, is just a larger cross section that then tapers down to a choke point right here. And so you can use Bernoulli's equation to kind of prove how this device works, although Bernoulli's technically doesn't really apply here since it only applies to steady state systems with inviscid fluids, that is to say no viscosity, and incompressible fluids, which, given that this thing exists, we know that air is very much a compressible fluid, but we can just kind of understand how this works using Bernoulli's equation, even if technically that doesn't apply here. But what you've got is since you know that the potential energy is the same, given that there's no height change, and you also know that the density stays consistent, So what happens is you have your air coming in, and it's all flowing and it's all happy, and then it hits that choke point and it has to fit through. And so to fit through, the velocity increases a lot. And when that velocity increases, then the pressure drops correspondingly to that. And then that pressure drop is what actually creates the vacuum, the suction that you get out of here, is because you're taking that flow and you're creating a pressure drop. If you have a large air compressor, this will be a little bit easier, but I'm going to show you how to do it with a small one as well, like the one I have. So all you're going to do is you're going to have a valve here. Like I said, I bought this separately, but you can also just use a small valve here as well. You're going to let the air flow through here, then that's going to suck the air out through this Venturi valve and create vacuum in here. You're going to hold this until the needle goes to the green zone if you have a large compressor. Now if you have a small compressor, your pressure is going to drop so fast you won't actually get to the green zone before your needle starts going back down. So you're going to have to be quick. Hit the pressure, suck, get as high as you can. When you notice it dropping, let go here, shut this. Let your compressor cycle, refill, then really quick, open, hit the pressure again, suck a little bit more out, let go, shut, repeat until you get to that green zone. I'm about to refill my system using the same coolant I drained in the last video when I replaced the water pump and thermostat, since I know it's still good. If you're not sure, you can do a freeze point test. A lot of guys know about these, very common. A lot of people don't know, though, to check the acidity of their coolant. Get one of these little strip kits online, real cheap. Dip it in there and then read the color. If it's slightly basic, above 7, that means you're good. But if it's slightly acidic, below 7, that means that you're going to start having corrosion on the metal components within your cooling system. You don't want that. I'm going to open both valves, and then you're going to see the vacuum needle drop as we suck the coolant back into the system. And there you have it, the perfect way to refill a cooling system. Just one step and you're done. No heat cycling to burp out air bubbles, no driving for 30 minutes and then checking and then driving again. You know it's filled correctly. All you have to do is just check the level, top it off as needed with a funnel to get it to the full mark, and you're good to go. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and like, subscribe. I have lots more planned in the future. And hey, leave a comment. What did you think about my little engineering lesson there? Do you enjoy that sort of mathematical discussion, or do you not want to see that so much? Let me know so I can think about it for the future. I love using this tool, and I'm glad I was able to show everybody. Hope you have a great night or day, whichever one you're in right now. I'll see you next time. Bye.